Dr. Brian Williams never planned to become a bellwether for America's 21st century civil rights movement. As a trauma surgeon at Dallas's Parkland Memorial Hospital in Texas, he focuses on saving lives. Until recently, he also taught the next generation of physicians at the University of Texas Southwestern, and he'd already wrapped up a career as an Air Force aeronautical engineer. But after a sniper targeted white police officers protecting Black Lives Matter protesters in Dallas on July 7, 2016, Brian's mission changed. Brian, the lead trauma surgeon that night at Parkland, operated on 3 officers with devastating injuries. He could not save them. For a man dedicated to restoring the gift of life, it was an excruciatingly painful, tragic night. On July 11th, Parkland arranged a press conference. Brian attended, but did not plan to speak.
He sat in that press conference and listened to what was being said, and it was very clear that the big issue related to Black Lives Matter and police officers being shot was not addressed.
This killing, it has to stop. Black men dying and being forgotten, people retaliating against the people that are sworn to defend us. We have to come together and end all this.
Brian's message, broadcast by virtually every major media outlet, prompted people from all walks of life to send grateful letters, emails, and texts. He was invited to appear on national television shows and to speak to groups across the country about racism and violence.
Brian is speaking from a rather unique perspective, okay? And interestingly enough, he's speaking at a time when our nation is somewhat polarized along racial and socioeconomic lines.
This year, Savoy magazine named him one of the top influential Black doctors in the country. D magazine called him its #1 Dallas doctor. Brian realized he had an opportunity to reset the course of his career and bring it more in line with his original purpose for becoming a physician, to help people of color, to help poor people. A few months ago, he resigned his teaching position to focus on integrating his talents and skills as a physician with his efforts to help America move forward on racial equality. This was not the future he planned growing up. His parents, Bill and Gwendolyn, hail from Jacksonville, Florida, but Brian and his little sister Trina grew up on well-integrated Air Force bases from Hampton, Virginia to Honolulu. His father retired as a master sergeant when Brian was 16. His mother as a systems analyst. His parents' social circle included friends from diverse ethnicities, and they treated everyone with equal respect, no matter what their station in life.
He was offered to attend both the Naval Academy and the Air Force Academy. Because he thought flying was cool, he chose the Air Force Academy.
He earned a degree in aeronautical engineering and served for 6 years. But he'd begun to feel the tug toward medicine, and while stationed at Eglin Air Force Base in Florida, he applied to all the state's medical schools. USF felt the most like home. He found a great friend and mentor, Dr. Ted Williams, and discovered his passion for trauma surgery at Tampa General Hospital. He met his wife, Kathy Ann, while doing his residency at Harvard, and the two married in 2005. They have a young daughter, a Benny. During his remarks at that Parkland Hospital press conference, Brian laid bare the difficult dichotomy he faces. He understands the anger and distrust toward law enforcement. He has felt it too. But he also stands with those who, like him, protect life.
In his role as a physician, he is committed to doing the best he can for his patients. And not only his patients, but for all those who put their lives on the line. He is a Black male living in America.
Brian believes change must begin with open discussions about race relations in this country, and he's on a mission to move that forward. He believes he can, despite the challenges, thanks to the 4 influences that laid the groundwork for his success thus far: his family, the Air Force Academy, USF, and his wife and daughter. Please join us in congratulating USF 2017 Distinguished Alumnus, Dr. Brian H. Williams.